It's a cool place, and they say.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is the right place for you to learn about branding, social media and other marketing topics. Today's topic will be actually on how to phrase our post on the different social media platforms, like how to do it the right way so we can get better results, so we can get higher rate of engagement. So how to do it? Do you want to share with us how do you post? Do you think that the way you posting now is actually helping you to engage more, or is there some room to improvement? You're gonna see now how I do it and how other people that I also learned from doing it. So let's start right now. So the first tip I want to start with is actually something that I keep repeating over and over again. And I know I maybe sound annoying, but it's very important to make sure you know who you're targeting, who is your target audience. And if you're not sure how to define your target audience, I'm going to put a link here below and a link here about a video that I've got going to help you to define your target audience. But this is very important because if we don't know who we're targeting, how can we know what message to, share with them? How can we go from point A to point B if we don't know what's point B, right? And it's very important to learn about them because once we know who we're targeting, we're going to know who to engage with and how to engage with. For example, like if I'm trying to reach out to people that speak like Portuguese, I won't speak to them in Arabic or like in a different language or Chinese. If I'm trying to reach out to moms, I don't use like for moms and for singles, I'm not going to use the same type of wordings. I'm not going to use the same type of message. So that's why it's very important to understand who we are targeting. So that's step number one, define your target audience. Tip number two is now that we know who we're targeting, is to get a message very clear and out there. So the message needs to be very clear and very accurate to our target audience. And as I said before, if I'm trying to reach out to moms, I won't have a message that will suit more to single ladies, right? It's not the same thing. They don't have the same needs. They don't have the same struggles, challenges. It's not. So that's why it's very important that once I know who I'm targeting, to make sure that my message is defined the right way. And this is very important. And if you're not sure even what's your brand promise, I've got a video about this. I'm going to put a link here and a link here as well. But this is very important. We need to know what are we trying to get. Because if the message is not clear to us, how can we expect it to be clear to our target audience? If we, for example, give a message on it doesn't matter which social media platform, let's say even on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, if we're going to give tips about, I'm going to give you now tips about marketing. And I'm going to give you tips about cosmetics and about like finance. You're going to get lost. How could you be like talking about all of this stuff? There is no like one thing. That's why we always say that you niche yourself. And that's why we say that you cannot be everything to everyone. Sorry, I've got also a video about this. So I'm going to put a link here and a link here. But you cannot be everything to everyone. And that's it. You need to be very clear and accurate with your message. Because once it's clear for you, it's going to be clear for them. And now we're going to actually move to the different steps, like how to phrase your post. So let's start. So the first tip on how actually to start phrasing it is start with the questions. And that's very important because that's going to lead to engagement. And that's what you're trying to do. And especially when if we look, for example, on Instagram, that in a lot of countries, they're now not giving you the option to do a like. And also remember that likes don't pay the bills. We are trying to get something, a conversation out there, to have some people like talking to each other, engaging with us, engaging with each other. That's what you're trying to do because that's going to lead them to us and to become our potential clients, from potential clients to our clients. So start with a question. And it doesn't matter from which industry or sector you're coming, ask a question. Ask, are you feeling frustrated? Or do you feel like this outfit's going to sit nice on you? Or have you ever had like acne on your skin? It doesn't matter. Have you ever had issues with your pipes? It doesn't matter. Start with a question. Start with something that's going to move them to start, okay, I actually want to share. Like, I also experienced that. I also had that challenge. I also feeling like this right now. So start with a question. Number 2, share your story. or share even stories from your clients without mentioning names, but share it. Share something that they can feel a connection, that they can resonate with. So if I ask now a question like, do you feel that you're failing with your business? So I will write that as a start. Then I'll move to the second part and say like, I experienced myself a few times failures. I experienced in X, Y, Z. I've also dealt with this. And by doing this, I'm showing that I'm also human. I'm also going through some stuff. I'm not just coming to you and patronizing over you and telling you, do this and do this and that's the solution. No, I want to share with you from my place that you will know that I've also been in where you are. I'm also feeling and experiencing the same thing. I'm not a robot behind the screen that's what you see texting and posting all the time. There is actually someone behind it. There is actually someone that's been through what you guys are going through. So trust me, build that connection with them, build that relationship with them. Let them understand that they can trust you, that you know exactly what you're going through. So you ask them a question. Now you share your story. You build that connection with them. You build that relationship with them. And because remember, it's going to be easier for you to connect and to engage with someone that experience the same thing as you versus someone that haven't, right? That's how we build connections in life. We always have that part that we are feeling like, even if we look at our friends, a lot of times some of our friends experience certain stuff. Or like if now, for example, I've had a certain lifestyle and my friends are with me, but something has changed in my lifestyle. Something happened to me. Now I can get more friends that can relate to what, like they experience something like that because they feel some connection with the related to each other. And that's what you're trying to do to get that part. So you start with a question, now you're sharing a story. So the story most of the time needs to come from you, but you can also share from your clients, from what they've experienced. So after you created that emotional connection, you're going to move to the education part of it. Now give the tips, the advices, like how they can actually overcome this. So don't get them to be frustrated, like by you asking a question, sharing your story and ending it. Give them a solution. Give them a solution to the problem. Explain them how you dealt with this, how you helping like your clients to deal with this, what they're doing. Just sort out that problem because they come to you with a problem. And now if you're not going to solve their problem, they're going to go to someone else and they will be frustrated with you and they will not going to come back to you. So make sure that now that after you created that emotional, you give them a solution. You give them, if you feel frustration, I felt it like this and this and this. And this is how I overcome it. And this is how I advise others to do it. If you follow these steps, you will be in a better place. If you buy this product, you will actually, gonna find out that this is how you're gonna do it. And like, let's say even if I'm gonna give it from a side, like from cosmetics, I've shared like, do you ever experience some acne? I also had it. And that's how it made me feel. But I use different type of products that help me clean my skin, did a different process, sharing maybe about like more like, like chemical side of it, whatever and share. And just give them to understanding that you are their go-to person, that you got the knowledge, that you know exactly what you're talking about. It's not only that you are experiencing it, you also know how to sort it out. And that's very important because if they don't trust you, that you know how to sort it out, so what if you experience it, right? If you overcome it, how? Tell me. I also want to overcome it. Because even if I haven't experienced it yet, but I'm maybe afraid that I'm going to experience, I know that this is how you dealt with this. So I know to come to you next time that I'm going to deal with this because I know that you know exactly what to do. And that's a very important part of it. So share it, but also give a solution to it. Educate them. Give them the information that they need to overcome it. The next tip is that after you educate them and you give them the solution, now you need to help them to understand how you can help them. And from here, that's the important part. So you educated them, you give them the information they need. Now they need to know also that you got the solution and how you can give them the solution. And from here, you basically lead to action. And that's the important part. So not every post needs to end like in a action, and you need to lead them to action. But in most of your posts, you need to, because you want them to read. And it doesn't matter if you refer in the end to a YouTube video that you've got that explain more about the situation, or you lead to an online course or a webinar that you do, or you lead to a phone number or a website. But after you help them understand, you created a frustration because you create a story, like you ask them a question. Now they are eager to know what's going on. You shared about now they want to know how you sort it out. Now that they know that how you educated them how they can sort it out, they want to know, okay, how can you help me to do it? What you can do for me? And you want to lead them to action because you want them to come and connect with you, to communicate with you, to come to you and move from a potential client to a client. So give them a phone number, a website, a link to whatever it is, and help them to come to you. Make it easier for you. Don't get them to start searching, because if they will need to start searching for your information and how you can help them, most of the chances they're not going to do it. If it's not in front of their face, they're not going to come to you. So you're going to miss them. So yes, you created, but then someone else that will have the solution out there with his name out there, with a phone number or a website or a link to a video, or it doesn't matter what, they're going to go to him. So make sure that you're not only guiding them step by step and trying to drone them, you're drawing them and you're actually giving them eventually the bottom line, the product, the solution itself. And you tell them, come contact me. And if you cannot even, for example, on Instagram, share links that easy, so you're going to tell them, DM me, send me a message, contact me on this phone number, or email me on this email address. And from there, share more the links and things like that. But make sure that you are leading them to action, that they're actually it's going to be very clear for them where they can find you and what are they going to get from you. So if they're going to get a consultation meeting from you, are they going to get a course from you? Are they going to get a link to a video from you? Whatever it is, or a link to where to buy the product, or a link to a research, make it very clear for them that they know where to find it and where to go to. So first, if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel and give me a like. And also, please share with me, how do you actually phrase your post today? And what do you think about my suggestion? Are you going to start using it? And if you're going to start using it, is it working for you? Yes or no? So please share with me. And also, I'm just going to sum it all up. So as I said, we're first going to start from learning who are we targeting and make sure that we are tailoring the right message to them and that we know exactly what's our message and who we're targeting. Those are the two first steps that we need to do, and this is the marketing foundation. So this is a must all the time. But once we do it once, like every few months, and we always check ourselves up, it's going to be clear for us. So now that we know what's our message, let's start writing it down on the different posts that we're making. So we're going to start the post with asking a question to create an engagement, to create a conversation over there, right? To get them around you. But after you've done that, you need to move to the second part, which is actually to start sharing a story. And try to share a story that comes from your side so they can feel the connection to you, so you can build the relationship between them and you. So share your story. What have you experienced? Are you feeling the same? So if I, for example, ask, have you ever failed with your business? I'm going to share, yeah, I myself experienced some failures in X, Y, Z, and And then from here, you move to the education part. And I'll say, this is how I overcome my failures. This is what I do in order to keep on pushing and not giving up. This is the way I'm dealing with these things. And from here, you move to the next one, which is like, how can I help you overcome that? And this is a very important part. Because if you look at it, you're building them and engaging them slowly, you're getting them drawn to you. But make sure that you're not creating a frustration, that there's not a gap between what you're trying to tell to what that they're getting out of it. So don't stop in one of the stages, one of the steps, because you're going to lose them and you're going to get frustrated. They're going to be frustrated with you and they're going to leave you. And you don't want that. So after you shared your story, after you told them how you dealt with this, now you're going to come and say, what is your solution for this? What are you can do for them to help them with this as well, in case they will, confront this. And at the end of it, give them something to connect with, a call to action. And this is very important. Get a Facebook page, a Facebook link for them to use, a YouTube link for them to use for a video, an online course for them, a webinar link, a website, a phone number, email address, whatever it's relevant for that specific post, and make sure it's aligned. So for example, if I do a post on branding, I will link it to my online course and then to my workshop. But I won't link it to an online course that I've got on business opportunities, right? Because it's not the same thing. So make sure it's all aligned. And by doing it step by step, you will see how they will start engaging with you more. And that's what you want. So don't chase after the likes and the followers. Chase after those people that will engage with you. So I hope this video was helpful for you. And see you in my next video.